All right, shalom, shalom. I'd like to start off first and foremost by giving all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh Bahashim, Yahweh Shai, Bahashim Chachadash. Double honor to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule and teach well. Peace, love, and salutations to those that are doing this work in truth and sincerity. This is your brother Nathaniel from the GMS Camp Atlanta, coming back at you through the Spirit with another lesson. And I pray and hope this lesson is edifying. Now, in this lesson, I'm going into some information that I just came across about a strike that is going to happen on the East Coast ports. Now, these ports are responsible for 40% of the goods that come into Babylon, aka America. All right. Now, this is what they're saying is going to be a guaranteed strike. The ports have to October 30th to answer to the demands of these union workers, or there's going to be a strike. All right. Now, just in case you don't know, 40% of the goods that come into the United States is going to cause a catastrophe in the supply chain. This is going to have a ripple effect into all markets: retail market, the medical industry, the whatever industry you can imagine. Because the United States doesn't produce anything. Babylon don't produce nothing. It gets everything imported from other countries. Okay, it does have some small number of things that it produces, but majority of the things come from other countries. So this is going to be devastating, and it's going to cause big problems. All right. Now, a lot of people, the unemployment rate is already high. Right. So this is going to cause hella unemployment. Salakia. All right. This is Ecclesiastes 12, and I'm going to start at verse 3. It says, "In the day when the keepers of the house shall tremble, and the strong man shall bow themselves, and the grinders shall cease, because they be few, and those that look out the windows be darkened." And that's talking about the work. There's not going to be any work. Grinding goes into working, okay, being able to earn a living. And you're not going to be able to earn anything because there's not going to be anything out here if this happens, which I believe is going to happen. All right. I believe it's going to happen. And if it does happen, which we are 7 days away, this is going to be devastating for the U.S. economy. OK, a country that's already in a so-called recession, which is really a depression. All right. You're going to have 40% of the supply chain abruptly stopped. That's almost 50%. All right. That's going to have a devastating effect on this country. All right. So I got a couple videos queued up. So we're going to play these videos because this is going to go into 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter, which is going to be a famine. All right. Which is going to cause sedition. All right. And this is going to cause to where men are not going to care about the laws. They're not going to care. They're only going to care about their backs, their stomach touching their backs. All right. And they're going to come out here and try to get what they can. And a lot of y'all people going to be looking like turkey legs to these people. You see them old Popeye cartoons or Bugs Bunny cartoons where the person be hungry and they look at another person like a big fat woman and she turned into a walking turkey. Yeah, that's what's going to happen, because cannibalism is going to come back in a very big way. All right. So let's go ahead and start with this first video.
It's not a possible strike. It's a strike. October the 1st, 45,000 IlA workers, which pretty much means the majority of the ports in our country were shut down. Major ports. And as she said, which is the truth, the ports that shut down, that will shut down October the 1st, they bring in over half of our goods. Half of the stuff we use by...
All right, now, according to, the news article that I'm going to play, they said it was 40%. He's saying it's half, so let's just conservatively say about 45%, all right?
Depend on come through these people. I told y'all I'm an indicator of how the economy is doing because we handle the majority, half of the nation. Not Mobile, not Texas, half of the nation's goods. You think the economy is in a tank now? They say one day of a strike, of these people striking, just one day, will back us up 7 days for each one day. A month, devastating. And just looking over a month. Because the things that they are stuck on, automation, the port trying to get rid of manual labor, so they don't have to pay the workers. The union is fighting to keep the workers, right? See, the union and the port are not, they're two separate entities. The port is the business. They don't have their own employees. Their employees are union workers that are contracted in to work the ships. The people that own the port don't have workers. Everybody that works in the port are union, except for the drivers. All right. So the union and the port are not friends. They're not together. They're two different businesses on the same land. One needs the other. They need each other. So what the port is trying to do is get to a point where they don't need the union, right, to save money. The union costing them money. Like now they want a 77% raise. They're not gonna get that. You want almost 100% raise. So let's just put that in perspective. Say they already making like $40 an hour. They want to make $80 an hour. And us as the drivers, I'm gonna be honest with you, we ain't down with them, the union, cause they treat us like shit. So we don't give a damn. They don't get it, cause they cost us money. How they be, and I told y'all how they the sorriest work. I ain't getting into their business. That's their business. But if it comes down to about the truck drivers, us siding with the union, no, we siding with the port. Because the port trying to make it better for us, where we can get in and out of there. See, the union workers are hurting our pay. They're concerned about their pay. And now they trying to get us to join in with them, because we workers too. But now, y'all ain't been down with us. Y'all been killing us.
All right. So you see, he's saying that, hey, they about to shut it down. And I believe they about to shut it down. Okay? I believe they about to shut it down, because this right here is the ultimate break in the supply chain right here. Is where, because, like I said, most of the things that we use in Babylon come through ports. All right, because this is a consumer, it's something called globalism. And this is a consumer nation, America is. They don't produce anything, okay? Now, I'm going to play this other video. I'm going to play this other video in a second, but right now I'm going to go to 2nd Ezra's. The 15th chapter, let's see, 9. All right, we're going to go to 2nd Ezra's 15, and I'm going to go to 2nd Ezra's 15, and we're going to start at verse 18. It says, "For because of their pride, the cities shall be troubled, and their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid, and man shall have no pity on his neighbor, but shall destroy their house with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread, and for great tribulation." Now, if these ports shut down, which, I hope they do, there's going to be a great tribulation. You're not going to have any food. Okay? Your plastic, a lot of the fuel, okay, come through these ports. All right? Chocolate comes to these ports. Wheat comes to these ports. Materials for clothing comes to these ports. Materials for car repair and car manufacturing comes to these ports. Electronic items come through these ports. You name it. This shit comes to those ports. All of that will be shut down immediately. Day one. You still going to be able to go. You may still be able to go to the store and buy the little things you need on day one. But after day one, let's say you probably got like 3 days after this shit shut down before the supply chain probably starts to feel an effect of this stuff. It's going to be done. All right. You're going to start to see restlessness in people. Okay. And this shit is not a joke. Now, I didn't believe him at first. I'm like, you know what? This is probably more rhetoric. But then I looked it up, and sure enough, there's a news report about it that's not being reported on the mainstream media. Everybody talking about that Biden-Harris bullshit and the Diddy shit, but nobody's talking about what's happening on these ports, okay? And how this shit is about to affect your life in a major way. So let's look at this news report that I got pulled up on the screen.
Over the 6-year contract, the union's looking to get close to an 80% pay raise. Obviously, that sounds like a lot. And there's also some work rules where I'm sure the owners of the ports, which represent pretty much all the major ports up and down the eastern seaboard and the Gulf Coast, probably want more automation or more flexibility around work rules. The deadline for the contract ends on September 30th, and that means a strike could happen on October 1st. As we get closer to that September 30th date, it seems that a strike is pretty much going to happen, and a strike could last.
So he confirmed it. He confirmed what old dude said. He said a strike is pretty much going to happen. All right. So they about to strike, man. All right. Now, they haven't striked since the 70s. Now, he going to go into it. There has not been a strike at the port since the 70s. Okay. So you're talking about 50 years. All right. Damn near. I think it's like 40, 50 years. I think it's 1979. So this is about to be devastating. Okay. Now he's going to try to soften it and say you ain't going to see a major effect on the economy. Hell yeah, you is. Hell yeah, you is going to see a major effect. People are going to lose their jobs, and there ain't going to be no more work from home jobs. There ain't going to be no more jobs to go to. This is about to get heavy. So get ready, man.
A couple weeks, maybe at the worst, maybe a couple weeks is kind of our outlook as of right now. And that will obviously be very disruptive to supply chains, a net positive for freight rates if you are a capacity owner, if you're a trucker, a provider of intermodal service, or a liner. Obviously not great news if you're a shipper, given the uncertainty and the complexities that a strike could add to your supply chains, not to mention costs.
And what are some of the specific implications of this if they don't meet that September 30th deadline? Has anything of this magnitude happened before?
Well, they haven't striked since 1977, and Biden said that he wasn't going to enact the Taft-Hadley Act, which pretty much forces the two parties.
1977. Okay? That's what, like 47 years? Okay? That's almost 50 years since these cats have striked. So I wasn't even born when these last time these cats striked. So imagine the devastation that's going to have. Imagine the developments that Babylon has had since then, and imagine the decline of the economy since COVID and inflation and all this stuff. And then now the supply chain is about to be broken completely. You're talking about more than 40% of all of the goods and services, 50% coming through those Eastport ports. All right. So there is about to be a famine. And that, like the dude said, he said one day backs him up 7 days, which I believe to be true, because it's going to be hard to catch up with all that stuff after it's backed up like that. So one day is going to back you up substantially. So this is going to be big. OK, Babylon is about to be finished, man. When this shit happens in Babylon, this is going to be the beginning of a lot of people starving. You talk about people are homeless now. Just imagine, you think people are having a hard time now. Imagine, think of the immigrants that are over here. Now you got that chaotic shit that's happening. Now the people that are in the country aren't going to be getting no goods and services. Imagine what's about to happen over here. All right. This place is about to be through. Salakia, something happened with my phone. I don't know. I guess pause the feed. So I'm gonna start from where I thought that I left off before. This is Revelation 18 and 2, and it says Revelation 18 and 2, and it says, and he cried with a mighty strong voice, saying, Babylon is fallen, and become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit. You know what? Salakia, this isn't. Let me go back to all right, Salakia Akim, I'm gonna go back to Second Ezra's, the 15th chapter, because the feed cut off on me and I don't remember exactly where I left off that. So we're gonna just go back to the 15th chapter and just read it through real quick. Salakia. All right, so this is Second Ezra, the 15th chapter. I'm gonna start around the 14th verse, and it says, woe to the world and them that dwell in, for the sword and the destructive draweth nigh, and one people shall stand and fight against another, and swords in their hands. So we're seeing that right now with the immigrants that are coming over here, right? You're seeing that right now. You're seeing people starting to become hostile and disgruntled. All right. Verse 16, it says, for there shall be sedition among men, invading one another. They should not regard their kings nor princes. In the course of their actions shall stand in their own power. A man should desire to go into a city and should not be able. Verse 18, for because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. Verse 19, and this is the point, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy his houses with the sword and spoil their goods because of lack of bread and for great tribulation. So, hey, the supply chain is going to shut down all of the goods and services that are coming into America. This strike, all right? So that's going to cause a great tribulation, man. It's going to cause a great famine in America. You know, as I said, I don't know if the recording cut off before or after that, but these women out here, you know, y'all gonna be looking like giant turkeys, man. Y'all big, fat, sweaty women. Y'all gonna be looking like some big, fat turkey legs, man. You know, just like them old Bugs Bunny and Popeye cartoons from back in the day. All right. This ain't gonna be no joke, man. All right. So, let me go ahead and I'm gonna go to the book of Revelation, and we just gonna close it out there. I'm gonna go to Revelation 18, and we're gonna go to verse 2. And that is verse 18 and 2. And it says, and he cried with a strong voice, saying, Babylon is fallen, and has become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For the nations have drunk of her wine. The nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth have waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. All right. So you out here with this whore, and you getting paid off of this whore, right? And y'all done got rich by dealing with Babylon. All right. Dealing with Babylon then put y'all in a position of wealth. And this is why y'all were able to build up y'all countries in the manner in which y'all have been from dealing with this whore. But this whore is now washed up, So, hey, a Babylon is like that old hoe that still think that they got it, hair looking like whiskers, old wrinkly white pale face, putting the makeup on wrong, mixed match freaking bustier with the short dress with wrinkled ass body, just looking like a scarecrow. That's Babylon through. Okay, if y'all can imagine them old hoes that still look like that still try to act like they got it. That's Babylon. All right. Okay, and the rest of the world is looking at this place like you through, and Babylon is through. All right, that's why the Lord said, "Come out of her, my people." They ain't talking about going over to no other country, neither, man. It's talking about coming out the ways of Babylon. All right, coming out of this wicked ass mindset. And hey, time is short. The windows of repentance are closing, and you gonna be stuck where you are, man. The Lord is showing us that this thing is ramping up. This thing is about to come to an end. And I'm gonna grab this last precept. I didn't want to make it too long, but I'm gonna go ahead and grab this last precept. This is 2nd Ezra. I'm gonna go to the 9th chapter. All right, 2nd Ezra 9 and 9, and I'm gonna start at the top, and it says, and he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I have told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. So you're seeing all this shit going on. The Lord is visiting this place. Okay. Therefore, when there shall be seen earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then shalt thou understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning. For like all that is made in the world hath a beginning and end, and the end is manifest. So we're at the end, man. The end is manifesting. That's why all of these things are happening, man. Babylon is falling. The chip is damn near around the corner, man. You got the NFC technology that's everywhere. Elon Musk putting chips in people's brains. You got they about to start implementing shipping stations. You got I think on the 23rd of this month, Biden is set to sign over the sovereignty of the United States to the WWE. So to the WHO, the WHO, the World Health Organization. So, hey man, this place is through, bro. Hey, Babylon is done. Okay. So if this supply chain breakdown, get prepared. This strike happens. When this strike happens, I believe it is, you're going to start seeing some devastating things. It hasn't happened since 1977. Okay. So that means that if they strike for 7 days, you're going to see a major disruption, especially on the East Coast. Okay. Especially on the East Coast, because that's where it's going to hit first. All right. So, hey, so just get prepared, man. Hey, if the Lord ain't with you, hey, man, you about to be in trouble. All right. So you need to make your mind up on what side that you're about to be on, because guess what? Pretty soon, the draft is going to be over with, man. And whatever side you on is going to be the side you're going to be stuck on, man. So with that, I'm going to end it off by giving all praise, glory, and honor to Yahweh Ba'Shem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Shem Chachadash. Double honors to the elders and the apostle, millstones. So the next time I say shalom.